episode of Outcasts to Icons, and as always guys, if you are enjoying the save, please do drop a like on the video. Now, obviously we're going to start off with a question of the day, and today's question of the day, let me just look at my list here. Sorry, I've started off stuttery there. Just really thirsty at the moment. Having a good day today, though, feeling pretty damn good, which is nice. I feel a little bit less tired for once, which is fantastic. Still not fantastic, but, you know, we're getting there. Right, anyway, yeah, question of the day. What do you think of the sudden upturn in Welsh football's hopes of making major tournaments, and do you think it will last? Firstly, I think it's a fantastic thing. I'm enjoying Wales a lot at the moment. I'm enjoying them a lot more than I'm enjoying England, let's put it that way. In fact, to be fair, all the home nations are actually giving a really good account of themselves in these qualifying groups, particularly Northern Ireland as well. They've kind of slipped under the radar. A little bit lately, they've kind of gone off the boil, but some of their early results were fantastic, and they still stand a really good chance. But Wales, some of the results they're getting have just been out of this world. Bale obviously is, you know, a driving factor in that. You know, when you've got a player like Gareth Bale in the team, it doesn't half help, but they've still got some other really solid. Aaron Ramsey's in there too. He is certainly a very good player too. So, firstly, I'm really happy for Wales, and I'm glad that they're doing it, and Chris Coleman's actually doing a great job at the moment, carrying on sort of the work that Gary Speed kind of started. I think it's all kind of stemmed from that in a way. It can't all just be down to having a player like Gareth Bale. There's obviously more to it. They seem like a really tight-knit bunch, almost like a club team, and that is something that England could learn a lesson from, let's put it that way. So yeah, I'd love to see them at a major tournament, and I really think they will qualify for the Euros, and I think that maybe one other home nation could maybe get there too. That's with Wales and England, because England look pretty much dead set on getting there. They've pretty much won every game so far. That's fine. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see what Wales would do, you know, with the more amount of teams that there will be there. You never know. They could actually get through something. They've got some, you know, beating Belgium. If they can beat Belgium, they can beat someone else. It's just one of those things. So, yeah, very excited for Wales, and I'm really looking forward to the Euros next summer. That's going to be fantastic. So, if you've got any ideas, what do you think of Wales? Particularly if you are Welsh, I'd be quite interested to see what you guys think from a sort of internal point of view. And if you're not, what do you think? Yeah, and if you've got any ideas for a question of the day, drop them in the comments with the hashtag QOTD. Now, those of you who watched both my series, last night would have heard me talk about how, for some reason, when I turned the game on, I was in decent form, and then that day, well, I just could not buy a win on either save, basically, and this is the month that I played that same day, basically, and it was very bizarre. Obviously, results against Barcelona you'd expect to a certain extent, but some of the other results have been a little bit jarring, shall we say. Now, against Malaga, away from home, fair enough, Malaga are a solid side, but I felt we were at least as good as them in this game, and we just could not take our chances, and that was the problem. Jose Antonio gave them the lead on 7 minutes before Albert Pedraza made it 2-0, and we had a long time to come back from that, but we just couldn't do it. We could not find a goal, and when you've got a player like Luis, who is in such fantastic form coming into this, I fully expected him to bag us 2 or 3 goals. Well, not in every game, but I thought we'd get at least 3 or 4 goals over the sort of spell that we've had off camera, basically, and it just didn't happen. He was so poor in this one. Now, the thing is, we were helped out because Real Madrid, I believe, and Barcelona actually lost on the same day. I know I said that they wouldn't, but they did, and it bunched things up, and we had such a good opportunity to take some points off these clubs now. We could have easily sorted ourselves out Champions League football because of some of the other results going around. Unfortunately, we then had to play Barca, who at the time I think had lost 3 in a row. And they absolutely smashed us, and that's fair enough. They're the home team. They're a really good side this year. They weren't like the team they were last year. They were right up there, and as you can see, we got nowhere near them. For the first 70 minutes of this match, we didn't even have a shot. We could do nothing about it. Diego's injury in the first half didn't help, but Rodrigo Correa, Rodriguez's goal, Shidera Eze, and Jules Mutombo, I mean, he scored. It was okay. It was 2-0. I thought we could get back into it, but when they got the penalty and then the almost immediate 4th goal, we were done for, and it's a shame. But I kind of have to write those results off sometimes, basically. But the problem is, of course, the head-to-head records against Real Madrid and Barcelona are useless, and we're always going to have that, unfortunately. Next up, though, is a game that I was very frustrated with because, like, it might look like they smashed us, and to a certain extent they did. Now, the thing I couldn't work out is how, and the reason I say this is because we took the lead on 4 minutes through Luis. Then we had another goal with John Pascal. Now, I need to point out that in the first half, at half-time, Valencia had 2 shots, 1 on target. And that was Miguel Baena's goal. Now, I don't really know how they did this, because their formation, I was looking at it, didn't change. And they didn't make any substitutions until the 71st minute. And they only made 1 during the entire match. So I don't know what changed, because I didn't change anything either, for them to suddenly go from being dominated by us to flip of a switch, and then suddenly they were just like a team of Pelés. It was really weird. Usually that happens if there's like a formation change and they just completely destroy you, but their system was exactly the same the entire match. I was really, really confused because we were doing fantastically well. Come up to halftime, then Baena gets a really kind of lucky deflected goal, and then all of a sudden in the second half, they just absolutely one hell of a team talk from their manager, I'd have to say. And I was really disappointed that we threw away a 2-goal lead against the team that were our rivals. But it just seemed like we were fighting against the tide. There was nothing we could do to make any difference. It just seemed like they were going to win that match. I mean, look, Danny Carvajal scored their winning goal. It was a rebound from a shot that was at back of a set piece, which was a little bit disappointed, combining all the things I hate at once. But there you go. A 3-2 defeat to Valencia was not ideal. Next up, we did finally get ourselves a bit of luck and a really solid performance against Sevilla, and we actually got what we deserved from it for once. Fede Vico's goal, followed up with a goal from Luis, which was a rare one, his 39th goal of the season, so he really has sort of gone off the boil a little bit. But he has come back into form at the right time. However, oops, wrong button. Where's my thing? Here we go. However, we cannot get Champions League football. That's disappointing. Atletico have won the league. Barcelona have come second. We could finish on the same points as Real Madrid, but it wouldn't make any difference because of the head-to-heads, and unfortunately we just haven't been able to compete with those clubs. So if you'll notice, I'm just going to have a little scroll back here. So Real Madrid beat Villarreal 4-3, but if you look slightly further back, there was a spell where both those sides were really quite struggling. Here we go. So Real Madrid, Elche, hang on, where are we? They definitely did lose some games in this month. I'm almost certain of that. Real Madrid, they lost 4-1 to Mallorca, which was a bit of a shock for me. And I believe Barcelona lost at Betis at some point as well. I'm trying to find it now. I don't know if it's... Oh, there we go. Real Madrid also lost to Rayo Vallecano. And, so the point is that they were dropping points and we should have beaten Malaga, and we really should have beaten Valencia too. Those were our opportunities and we didn't take them, unfortunately. Now, the other problem we're going to have now is that because we're not in the Champions League next year, the prize money is going to be minimal, and we have got some serious issues with regards to money now. This club, even when we get in all of our sort of, because we've got like bonuses at the end of the season and whatnot, goal bonuses going out, there's a lot of money that's going to have to go out. We're going to be in huge debt even after we've got that money coming in from performances and stuff, and I just think that we might have to make a change of scenery in this save to try and keep things fresh. I don't know where yet, but I think we might just have to rip the band-aid off and try and start afresh after the summer, basically, hopefully with a national team job as well as a club job, and just somewhere a little bit different, just to try and spice things up a little bit, because I'm not sure we could do much more with Granada. The problem is, yes, we could try and rebuild them, but that would take 3 or 4 more seasons, and this isn't a rebuilding save. This is a save where we sort of hop from club to club. And I just think that that's probably the best option for us now. So I might, the next episode might be me searching for a job. That just warning you ahead of time. And I feel like we just need to freshen things up in this save a little bit. That's certainly my plan anyway. I don't know who we'd end up with. It really would be quite surprising. We may have to wait quite a while. We may end up managing a national team before we find ourselves a club job, because we're going to have to be more picky. But I still think that's a risk worth taking, because I think that we need to increase our reputation, and the only reason we're going to do that is by winning things. And Granada at the moment is in a situation where we just cannot do it, because we just cannot afford to compete with the other teams financially. We're going to end up losing a lot of players in the summer. A lot of players have already told me they want to leave. So Luis wants to go, Justa wants to go, Federico wants to go, and they've all done the whole, stop holding me back from my career. I'm 37. I've got a massive future, that kind of thing. So we're going to have some problems with that. And unfortunately, when those players left, the money would only just about make us to break even, so we wouldn't be able to bring in any replacements, and I feel like we'd end up going backwards, and I don't want that. So here's how the things are looking for the stats-wise now. On a positive note, Luis has got 39 goals this year, and Diego has 14. Alpha Freitas Reyes with 9, Zimmerman also with 9, and Vico with 8 as well. Vico also has 21 assists, which is fantastic. Something I found quite hilarious was Matthias Honsack came to me, and he said, I think I could be a better player than Vico. He's not playing that well. He said he could play, and I said, Vico's in the form of his life. It would be silly to take him out? He's like, I don't think he's playing that well. No, you're right. He's only got the 21 assists and the 9 man of the matches and the 8 goals and the 7.6. He's rubbish. So there we go, basically. Let's get into today's game. It's hopefully we can finish off with a win, because I would really not like to finish 5th, if at all possible. Who are Valencia playing today? They're at home against Celta Vigo. Hopefully Celta Vigo are their bogey team too, but look at the gap between Valencia and Malaga. Between 5th and 6th, there is a 16-point deficit. I did have a little look. If we were to finish on 77 points, most years that would get us at least 2nd in this division. Not all years, but most years that would get you at least 2nd. But sometimes Champions League. From looking back on the last few seasons of it. Anyway, so let's give this a crack. we needed to play better, but I just don't think we've been able to compete. Unfortunately, Galuccio's injured as well, so we're going to have a few sort of shifts around. Eusta can drop back in, but that means Pascal can drop back in as well, and Zimmerman, Freitas Reyes, Vico, Diego, Luis, Johnny, Insue, Varela and Lopez. Now, Varela is another one that would be on his way in the summer too, along with Vidra, and yeah, I think we'd be considerably weaker next term, unfortunately. There's not a lot I would really be able to do about it with regards to bringing in players, because I know for a fact that they're going to cut our transfer budget again. We're only allowed to keep 10% of the funds at the moment as it is, and yeah, even if we sold Luis for like 25 million quid, we'd get like 2 million in transfer funds. That's the problem at the moment. So let's see. Right, let's just go for this. I want to see us beat Rayo today. It'd be a good sort of send-off if this is going to be our last game in charge of Granada. It's been fun. I've enjoyed managing Granada. It's been a new experience. I've never actually managed in La Liga before on FM, and it's been a fun one, but my God, is it difficult to break that monopoly, particularly now that Atletico have joined into the monopoly. It's now basically an oligopoly at the top with those 3 clubs. Yeah, I would have liked him having here, but, you know, what can you do about it? Let's just go for this. I think we should have enough to be able to beat a team like Rayo. I mean, then again, they were able to beat Real Madrid. I wish I knew how, because, my God, I would buy that off them. Where did Rayo actually finish? 14th. They're a solid side mid-table, but, you know, they're never going to achieve much at this moment in time. I'd like to think that we'll be able to get a result here. Vico with the ball. It'd be nice to see Luis get his 40th goal of the season. That would be sort of a happy thing to finish with. Oh, and there it is. Well, lovely old job. Luis's 40th goal of the season. I think that's either his 26th or 27th goal in the league, which is astonishing. That's a really, really good goal tally. Obviously, Alberto, I think it's Alberto, of Real Madrid is going to win that again, because he's probably going to get 40 in the league again. He's like the new Messi. Look, what a strike that is from Luis. He's probably going to, at the moment we leave though, Luis is going to be sold off, because they'll have to try and sort their debts out, and they'll probably get sort of 25 million for him probably. We've had offers sort of in and around that kind of level in the past. Oh, that's a good strike from Zilu. And surprisingly, Rayo Vallecano are back on level terms. We've had a shot each and a goal each. Good stuff. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Oh dear. Sorry, I get incredibly thirsty at the moment when I'm doing these recordings. That's a great strike from Zilu. Not as good as Luis's goal, but this one looks like it could be a bit of a humdinger. Oh, hello. Vico now with a strike, and it's in the back of the net. 8 minutes gone. Amazingly, 3 shots on target overall, and 3 goals. That is surprising, to say the least. Well, okay, well, Fede Vico, again, proving what a fantastic player he is. And his set-piece ability is superb. A little bit central, but really up and high, and Ortoya probably couldn't have got to that. So it is 2-1 to Granada, and we are back in front here. All we need is a win to ensure that we are going to be... And Celta are actually winning against Valencia, which would... Oh, no way. Oh, no, it's been blocked. If they were to score another one, I'd probably just throw an attack and see what happens then. Zelu, oh wow, what a chance that was. We're definitely on top of this one, but they do look like they've got a bit of danger in them themselves. So this could be quite an interesting final game of the season, to be honest. It could end up turning into that sort of West Brom 5, Man United 5 that we saw several years ago. And they're always entertaining, let's put it that way. Puerto, outright to Porto. Well, they've got a lot of players that sound like clubs. Juan Ramon, out wide. Whips it across and cleared away. Oh, I thought that was going to go to our player, but he didn't really make much of a move towards it there, Luis. Razak out on the right-hand side, left-hand side. He's always caused me problems in the past, Abdul Razak. Ball in. Oh, what the hell? How did he get around in there? That was impressive. We're winning, so there's not much I can really say. I don't want to overdo it, just in case, but, you know, there's no point in me throwing on attacking at them. We're actually winning. I just want to see if we can get a couple more goals, maybe get Lewis a hat-trick or something like he has done in the past. I think he scored 4 on the last day of last season, so something like that again would be just delightful. Here we go again. They're actually not looking too bad. The game sort of cooled off a little bit. They've had 2 clear-cut chances, and 3 clear-cut chances. They really should have taken more chances. This is the sort... They're basically doing what we have done in the past, which is having some really good amount of chances and just not take enough of them. Puerto, and he's got to score now. What a save that is from Lopez. They're starting to come at us now, but I suppose on the counter-attack we can kind of get them if we need to. Pascal now thumps it away. I'd like a win today, though. To finish off on 77 points would be pretty solid. But I just don't know whether we'll be able to take them any further. That's the issue. We did really have a good crack at the Champions League against Juventus. That was phenomenal. I really did enjoy that. Right. Fraser, we need to just be a little bit more solid in the second half. They're obviously going to throw everything at us. I think staying on counter is the best approach here, because we will surely have chances on the break against them. Even if we can get a corner or just a standard free kick, that could just be the killer. Cleared away. Zimmerman needs to get across here. Does brilliantly. Vico, can he whip it in? He can. Cleared away again. Down to Pascal. Has he got a long-range belter in him? Zimmerman. Pascal. Freitas Reyes. Out wide, perhaps, to Ferreira. Another man will probably be on the move in the summer. I expect them to get absolutely pillaged in the summer, unfortunately. Diego, oh, he's lost the ball there. That's poor from him. Pito, but thankfully our defender should have the... No, of course not. He looked favourite for that the entire way through, and then he just stopped. Zelu makes it 2-2. Ah, that's disappointing. I thought he was favourite for that ball, and I don't know. To me, he should be winning that, and then all of a sudden, he just can't quite get there. And Pitio, from the byline, ball in, and my defender stops tracking his runner, and it is 2-2 here. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. Right, what have we got here? Vico is looking knackered. I'm going to bring on Huaro. Is there any other changes I would make? Eustace having an absolutely shitty day. A 6.2. I'm going to bring him off as well and get Diagne on for a little while. That'll probably be the best substitution I can make right now. I might just go attacking and see if we can try and win this here, because at the moment counter-attacking just doesn't seem to be quite having the right effect. For now, anyway. Here we go. Oh no, it's going to be them, isn't it? Oh god. Whip downfield. We just don't seem to be able to hold a lead anymore. 2-0 up against Valencia, and we still threw it away and lost. And we've led this game on 2 separate occasions today against a relatively poor team. And again, we've thrown it away on 2 different occasions. Freitas Reyes loses the ball. They take a long time to get up as well. Pitio now. Anyone going to put a tackle in at all? There we go. Good save from Lopez, but we shouldn't be allowing him to come through like that. They just parted like the Red Sea and allowed him to run at him. Johnny now out wide. Apologies if you can hear a plane going over. I thought Pitio was going to win that. Zimmerman now round the corner for Diego. What a save that is, and he's offside anyway, but that's a bit better. Slightly better football from us there. We must have one more change in this, surely. I'm going to say Vicuña on for Freitas Reyes. He's done a little bit off the bench for us in the past. Might just do a little team show. I would like to see us win this one, really. Push forward. Come on, guys. One more goal is all we need. We're not going to get it, are we? It does look like, however, we are still going to finish 4th, though, because Valencia have actually lost at home against Celta Vigo, which is surprising. Over the top now. I thought Luis was going to win that. Diego now. Inside for Zimmerman. He's going to lose the ball. Or is he going to shoot? Goes out wide for Huaro. Ball across the box. Luis! There we go. 3-2, and that is the stuff of dreams. Wow. That's the big one, isn't it? That is a lovely piece of play in the end. Lovely ball out wide from Zimmerman, cutting them open. But the first time ball from Huaro was superb. Luis getting across his man, and that is another goal for him. 41 for the season, rather. And a good away win on the final day of the season to give us 77 points and wrap up 4th place. But unfortunately, because of the way things have gone, that isn't going to be a Champions League spot, I don't think, unless things have massively changed and we've been given an extra one. And I didn't hear anything about that pre-match or pre-season, so it does look as though we are going to be, well, they will be playing Europa League next year, which is a shame, because they've had a really solid season still 25 wins, 77 points, and we come 4th. To be fair, I feel even more sorry for Valencia. 74 points and they've come 5th. I think it's because, with Eibar not getting many points, it's pushed the other points tallies up. Notice that Sociedad 37 points they needed to survive in the end. So there we have it. That looks like that's wrapped up. Yeah, so Europa League. And Celta, of course, getting in the Europa League as well with that win over Valencia. 3-1 away from home at Valencia is actually a fairly solid result for them. So there we go, guys. In the next episode, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing. I probably will be on the job hunt, I feel like that's probably the wisest way to take this. So expect to have a national team job, hopefully, and a new club job, which is going to be exciting, because it could be, I don't know, I'm really excited to see who we could end up going in charge of. It could be a really interesting time for us. So if you guys like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please do subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every other day at the moment at 7 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode, where all kinds of stuff will be going down. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.